Hey, Shadow, how's it going? Hey, Bryce. How we doing today, gamers? I see how it is. I'm not a real gamer, huh? You don't think I'm a real gamer? I hurt your wrist to sabotage you? Yeah, made you, choke the chicken a little too many times. The eerily quiet stream. Well, the reason for that, I just restarted my computer. Hey, MIDI. And I haven't launched Pyre yet. So we're launching Pyre for the very first time right now. We gotta make sure that it actually looks right. How are you doing tonight, MIDI? We're gonna see how long it lasts. We're 4.5 minutes. But what point does it start to slow down? If it slows down. I made some changes. You find yourself back in the black wagon, following the practice rites. Time appears to have stood still while you were there. I did do a practice rite yesterday just for testing of the game to see how it behaves. Seems to be doing okay. But we'll see. Do I gotta talk to Tizo? Tizo has been in a rather cheerful mood since being out at sea, and he seems pleased to see you. Tizo is grateful at having had the opportunity to catch a fish, for old time's sake. Hey, you got quality options tonight. Good. That means I'm higher up on the list. Not in the best of moods, but better than earlier. Well, I'm glad you're doing better than earlier. What's going on, though? You want to talk about it? Everything okay? Tizo was asking if you want to know why he loves fishing so much. You sense his inquiry is rhetorical in nature, so you anticipate his response. Tizo loves catching fish because he hates them, and everything they stand for. He has devoted his life to the eradication of their kind, ever since they killed his family. He seems on the verge of tears, though as far as you're aware, imps cannot cry. Then he leers at you, eyes wide, expecting a response. It seems he told you a joke. We're gonna laugh heartily for sure. You muster your best belly laugh following Tizo's joke. He stares at you sidelong for a moment. Tizo admits the real reason he loves catching fish is because Falcon Ron pays a lot of soul for him. He snickers back at you, bounces off. You hate that you even need quality options. You should be able to watch 720p stream without issues, but no. Internet is a fickle thing, and it sucks, 100%. Just a little bit of sadness, but you're okay? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can bring you a little bit of cheer tonight. Give you something fun to watch and listen to. There we go. Yeah, of course, MIDI. That's what we're here for. We're always here for you. As Toy Story once taught me, you've got a friend in me. Speaking of Toy Story, did you guys hear that they're doing a new 3D Buzz Lightyear in, like, 2022? The north current towards Stormwall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone. Rookie spotted wreckage in the area and believes there could be valuables to find. The south current towards Stormwall brims with large sea creatures. Tizo seems very eager to see the wagon head in this direction. Alt-tabbing tends to desync the audio. I will keep that in mind. And I can see the mouse already starting to do its jittery thing. So, looks like the fixes I tried did not work. We'll see if we can grit through it, though. What do you guys think? Ragged Rock or Froth Sea? Yeah, I think Chris Evans is in it. I don't know if he's playing Buzz or who. Actually, that's a good question. Well, you guys let me know what you think. Buzz Lightyear movie. Yeah, Chris Evans. Wow. You did? You posted the Lightyear trailer in Matt's server? Well. How dare you not share it in my server too, Shadow? What am I? Chopped liver? Do you not care about me anymore? Kidding. So this one is Valuables, Ragged Rock. And then Froth Sea is just Tizo is interested. And I'm interested in making Tizo happy. So, I'm down for that one. Tizo 100%. Alright, Tizo it is. The Imp Tizo has been much more animated, even than usual. What is it, little one? Tizo seems to think something very delicious is in these waters. He keeps on screeching? I don't think I've ever seen him like this. Hey, Cajun, how are you doing, buddy? It's been a hot minute, but it's always good to see you. Welcome back. Wait, what is he? Just then, Tizo dives into the waters and vanishes into the depths. Oh, I hope he can swim. He can, but he appears crestfallen when he finally returns, his claws empty. Tizo was very disappointed that whatever he attempted to catch eluded him. Faye begins to sob uncontrollably. The two revel in each other's misery for a time. Faye and Tizo lost one hope. I'm blaming this on you, Shadow. Figured I'd be playing Darkest Dungeon 2? No, I haven't even picked it up. Actually, that reminds me that I also need to buy Hades. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Hey, Pokey. Why are you... Oh, I briefly saw in the chat. Are you okay? What happened? Give me the dirt. Then something in the nearby water stirs. And from it springs something familiar. Hold, good ladies and good sirs. This knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, Worm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do. In turn, this knight has further need of you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined. Let this knight join you, please. Can you believe this, Hedwyn? Not really, no. Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valor in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you, upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the Sea Dominion, that he shall serve you to the end. You're fine, there's a little damage to the bumper, but that's not the point. No, the point was that this person hit you and then ran and didn't own up, and that sucks, because you pretty much have to eat that with your insurance now. There wouldn't happen to be, like, any cameras or anything nearby, would there? What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyre Hearts? They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless characters. Having witnessed true glory in our clash upon the hulk of oars, never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. It is not so that you seek passage to the north. With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way across the storm, some sort of long-held secret among worms exiled to these waters. Ores, you're right, Ores. You wouldn't think. I didn't know if like maybe it was a rural intersection or some, or a suburban intersection where maybe some stores, or like red light cameras or anything like that. Jadariel pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Mostly sure. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're going to get. Jadaro lowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Hedwyn is more gracious. I know I said I hope he has an air bubble in his drug-filled... Ooh. Ooh. That is intense. Ooh. Thank you. Very good. No, you gotta start with the best thing first, and the best thing about any Italian dish is the bread.
Hi.
It's got, I think, garlic salt on it? Yeah. It's simple but healthy. Ish. That's hot. Is it? Italian food? Health? That's a fair point.
It is turkey meat and whole wheat noodles, so that helps.
Not Italian if it's healthy, he says. That's a fair point. Yes, give us authentic Italian food, please. We would love that. It is good. And I apologize for eating a little bit on stream, but I've not eaten since noon. Before noon. It's been almost 8 hours. I'm a hungry boy. Edwin is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help him cross the Deathless Tempest, he can come along. For now. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you pass the storm. I love him. Look at him. He's got a big old heart in his eye. He does look like Moochie. No, wait, that's not Moochie. Suzo, yeah. Or Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski. Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings in the name of the Night Wings, and thus shall he go forth. Sir Gilman seems to be asking your permission for something? Tentatively agree, so he can get on with it. I kind of want to know more. I love him. Ye old claptrap vibes. Ah! I'm all for it. I feel like I should change his voice now. As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths, yet through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he's going and what he intends to do. Sir Gilman is determined to help you cross the Deathless Tempest. Help see his mission through. Oh lord, do I have to do like a battle? Yeah, I feel like I got all the meat. Oh, gotcha. Determined to prove himself to you in the Night Wings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you. Master Rita! If you can hear this knight, then he implores you now, lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought be not far east of here. So far, we're doing okay, I think. We'll see when the actual game starts. Today we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are just highly just, whatever. Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storms that rages to the north. I can already see the mouse skipping a little bit. Oh, interesting. Hark! Yonder lie the foul spawn of the unfathomed plurns. Boiling the sea with their wrath. The sea tide, once slain by the scribe under King Oryx. Her blood lies dormant in the sea. Exiled worms within these waters have long harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage through the downside's channels for any save the knight's own kind. Begone now from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the under King Oryx started. Seventh of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Persevering or the Sea Sojourner. The legendary leader of the Worm's undersea crusades sought to reach the edges of the abyss. Yeah, yes, I'm well aware of. Oh, I can just click and he'll go to it. Okay. I thought I had to actually hold the mouse.
Well, hold it right there, you traitorous slug! How dare you turn your back on this knight, to your superior!
Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Last this night checked. Here you hold no sway over this knight.
Ah! And what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all?
This knight has done that which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. He figured this world would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. There's 8 scribes, each a different race. I wonder if you'll get 8 party members? Probably, or something close to it.
Well, why you dare staunch the tempest for the Night Wings?
Good Sir Deluge. This knight was born to dare. Now come and fight this knight if you so dare as well.
Oh! Pyre Hearts, banish him. This is an order.
What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this knight yourself and leave the dirty work under your charges?
Fine, Gilman. You wish to stand against your commander, then have it your way. Sir Marsh, Lady Seagrass to me. Banish now this troublemaker.
Sir Marsh, he is a Worm Knight duty-bound and serving Sir Deluge in the Pyre Hearts. And Lady Seagrass, she is a Worm Knight duty-bound as well. You are the master of this night no longer, Sir Deluge. The shadows are fraternal bonds. Yeah, I'm digging him. I like the snake. This knight would say it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie, and yet another stain upon his blackened reputation. Until we meet again.
Wait, you lowly traitor. This knight will have your head, Gilman.
Yeah, good luck. As the day wears on, there's still no sign of the Worm Knight. Your companions grow restless. But then, hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell and new scars to show for them. Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a worm knight. And more importantly, that little tempest ought no longer pose a threat for now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. This game needs more cutscenes so I can eat. Now would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it. Now, if it would be alright with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. The worm knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. Deal's a deal, Sir Gilman. Welcome to the Night Wings. You guys ready for this? Huzzah! I hope my neighbors can hear me and wonder what I'm doing. Sir Gilman joined the group. He also revealed a path north for you. Bid him welcome. Yeah, I like that he went through so much effort to help us. That was really cool. Also, I love him. He's an amazing knight. With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the tempest. You were true to your word, Worm. I shall give you that. But now what? We are stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question, and from one most fair. Tell me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah, and from one most spirited as well. This night was wide to side with ye. Just where do we go from here? Answer the question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing. Although, eventually, he does make note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Let me be the first to say, let's go. You're on the verge of sailing across the Sea of Solace. Voyage on.
Say, Tariq.
Hi, Rookie. What is it?
That loot you're always carrying around. You know how to play that thing, don't you?
Why, I suppose I do. Sir Gilman is the bomb. I want him as an emote now.
Good, because I was thinking it's a little gloomy here and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood. Know what I mean?
Hi. Then let me see what I can do. Kinda want to see where the song goes.
For the salt and roiling sea, the moon began to cry. The valley ran with sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, 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 place where Plurna scuttled her foe, the doomed ship still resides. The Titan met her end on its prow, forsaken by the tides. In death she leaves her stain on the place. The tempest never dies. her final throes and shivers and shakes 1,000 years gone by. Oh, oh,
That was a perfect time for a food break, and this song was beautiful. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Sir Gilman claims the downside's northern landmass should be just beyond these waters. I mean, how could one not just sit there and listen to that? That was amazing. The Black Basin. There's no Sir Gilman gifts. What? Try Giphy. /Giphy. At last, your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground, the land called Black Basin. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so you can take stock of how best to reach your destination. The Black Basin, black glass, searing vapor, and strangling forests mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea. The 8 scribes first discovered this, the northern landmass of the downside. Ooh, Sir Gilman's crest. The official certification of knighthood in the Commonwealth, oft sought by worm knights. You approach Sir Gilman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. He regards you with his single eye. Hail, Master Reader! This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Night Wings. He shall ensure that this triumvirate continues to live up to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor! And this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre Hearts, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law described within the books. You're busy with friends again tonight, or I was busy and didn't do. Okay, you are. Okay, I will remind me at 10 to set up the lookup command that Timbit made. Timber, close enough. Have a good night, Timbit. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name. They are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules as they were written by the Underking Oris and his 7 friends deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Thusly does this knight have confidence in the Master Reader, that they shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion. Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness, so please, excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. Anything in here? Nope. Okay. Anything in the book? Down the river, still page 1. Let's survey these surroundings. You find that Hedwin has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. Alright everyone, don't go too far. Let's meet back by dusk. Please, use caution. The exiles dwelling in this lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the Black Wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned, or earlier.
Hi everyone, I'm back. I've come back.
Faye returns from the east with little to report, save for word that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. This knight yet lives, although he has little else to report. The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from a northern pass, visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Me too, buddy. Tizo wonders whether any species of fish lives in the pools or rocks nearby. The little imp Tizo seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you, near to the wagon. There is a western pass that seems traversable. If we travel by light of dawn, the shadows in the crags may well cover our advance against whomever may be watching. Begging your pardon, I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam. Though, in my experience, we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb toward the nest of Trieste. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. Should you make cookies? I'm not gonna say no. The exiles of the high-wing remnants. You may have no love for them, inherently, but they have no such qualms with me. For now, I may be able to negotiate safe passage. The high-wing remnants, the last surviving faction of the winged harps, the ancient enemies of the Commonwealth. They are as coarse as their feathers. They hold themselves superior. Negotiate with them? Then Hedwyn steps in as the lone minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide on this just yet. We're not going anywhere right now, that much we can agree on. We'll decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take the rest of the afternoon and get our bearings. Jadario glares at the sky as everyone else disperses. You have the rest of the day to practice your vocations. I'm gonna go again with honing my skill as a reader. You locate a secluded area nearby where you should be able to study the Book of Rites. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Having some quickness is always nice, as is the banishment time. Let's do banishment time. I feel like I need that more than I need quickness. You extract a deeper meaning from the words and teaching of the books of rites. Once you feel in your core, yet struggle to articulate. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. Whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You gained the reader's influence, spirit. Alright. So we can either attempt to trust the lone minstrel and negotiate via the harps, or go through here to avoid the harps by staying on the low ground. What do you guys think? Black Shore or High Wing Cove? And you're right, Shadow. We did. We both took a shower because we were stinky boys. And taking a shower is what you do when you're a stinky boy. Black Shore? Alright. First vote's on the Black Shore, so let's do it. You'd say the Cove. Ooh, we're tied. Hey Bryce, you still there? Alright, Black Shore or High Wing Cove? Either avoid negotiating. You vote Black Shore? Alright. 2-1. Let's go. The shattered lands of the Black Shore proved difficult to traverse for the Black Wagon. This low road to the nest of Trieste passes through razor-sharp sands. The land beyond the Sea of Solace extrudes from the ocean on the bed of black glass. Hey, Waddles! Did you join in just to vote Cove to make it a tie? Or to make it tied? Jadariel searches for a solid path forward, to little avail. Yeah. Alright, Waddles. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're doing well. Or hopefully you're doing well. Glad to see you're alive. Fie on these blasted lands. How are we to proceed through this? Perhaps I may be of some assistance? This place is not so unfamiliar to me, nor are its hidden denizens. Please remain with the others until I return, madam. I shall not be long. The minstrel disappears into the cliffs before Jodariel can protest. In the meantime, you and she continue to keep watch, sensing unseen eyes. The last time that one disappeared on us, we searched for him for days. But this time, he soon returned. I have secured safe passage through the nest of Trieste. We may proceed. Secured safe passage? With whom exactly? Just then, a winged woman dives down from the sky. She looks Jodariel up and down, and then she soars away without a word. The lone minstrel says nothing more either. Jodariel's scowl deepens. For centuries, the Commonwealth withstood the High Wing Remnant's treacherous assaults, thanks to soldiers such as she. Jodariel lost 4 hope for the next right. I don't think we're gonna take her. At last you arrive at the nest of Trieste, where the next rite is soon to commence. You cannot shake the feeling that unseen eyes watched your wagon's ascent and remain watching now. Anything to trade?
Oh, hey, you guys. What brings you all the way out here? No, wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. All I want is you to get the best deals in the downside.
Heck yeah, buddy. Sunken Shadow. Ooh. After dousing the adversary's pyre, the bearer's pyre is restored up to 5. That's nice. 2 presents, 2 hope. We're just gonna get the Stardust. Hope changes how long it takes them to respawn.
She'll be seeing you guys.
Anything in here? Nope. Let us commence the rite and see how the game runs. You and your fellow exiles gather on the blasted lands called the Nest of Trieste, expecting the imminent commencement of the rites. You see no sign of any adversaries, but then you hear a whooshing sound above. This, then, is what passes for Nightwings? Now such a rabble, not even dressed for the occasion yet. It seems the scribes have little pride in their tradition. Hold your tongue, little bird. We have not come for talk. No, we have come on behalf of your commonwealth. Mark well my words, you horned filth. When at least we free ourselves, your home shall burn. With that, the harp swoops off as Jodariel glowers after her. Winged warriors from the mountainous offskirts of the Commonwealth where they are feared. They fled to the mountain nests, awaiting the day when they would darken the skies and retake the land. It's only then that you realize another harp has come. She is quite serious, I assure you. I can help you sort her out. It's in our mutual interest. You know naught of my interests. Let's give this another shot. Hi, my name is Pamitha Thane. She appears to be one of the winged harps of the High Wing Remnants, now bound in exile. The surly one back there, that was my blood sister. No need to judge her harshly, though. We've only just now met, though I must say, something about you reminds me of her. How dare you implicate I have anything in common with your ilk? Just then, Edwin shows up to intervene. He whispers something to Jodariel. No, Hedwin, you cannot be serious. Jody, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. Am I perhaps interrupting something? Say, by the way, however did you make it all this way across the sea? Didn't see you fly in? Trust is something I loathe to give away, Hedwin, but you have set our course thus far, and I have followed. So, Do as you must. That Sandalwood had better have an explanation for all of this. Jodariel storms off as Hedwyn turns to you. What's your take on this one, my friend? Our informant wants someone for each mask. I hadn't expected we'd run into her, yet here she is. What are you getting from her? You turn your attention to Pamitha, who has been watching with bemused interest. Ah, a reader, are you? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently, all you like, and tell your comrade there the truth of it, why don't you? You sense that she is conflicted about something. Though you do not know what, you also sense, however, that her motives here and now are earnest. Hedwyn wants to know your initial impressions of Pamitha. I feel like I'm gonna use her instead of Jodariel in this one, so I'm gonna go with she seems alright. You tell Hedwyn that you think the group should take its chances with Pamitha and take her at her word. My thoughts as well, and I think and hope Jodariel will come around. He then turns to Pamitha. I'm Hedwyn. We'll accept your offer on 2 conditions if you'll hear me out. Your audio is gone. What'd you do? Conditions? Why, sure. I love a good condition or two. First, after we're finished here tonight, you come along and make sure that your blood sister and her friends don't give us any trouble when we're headed out. Second, you'll have to find a way to get along with Jodariel, whom you met earlier. Brilliant. I had no plans to stick around here anyway. As for your demon friend, no doubt we'll get along famously. Hey! Thank you, Capcom. Welcome back to the Squires on your 6th adventure. So good to have you, Capcom. I will tab out specifically for this. Half a year. God, it's so hard to believe that it's been half a year. But thank you for being along on all these adventures, Capcom. I really, really do appreciate it. You are a delight to have. Now, I don't suppose you have an extra set of raiments I could use, because I think the rite is getting started. You look up and see that she is right. Pamitha Thane joined you, and she has a score to settle. I am doing well. I've been working out, trying to eat better. I'm feeling better, even if I'm not quite losing the weight yet. So, in general, I'm doing pretty decent. You enjoy your homework? Glad to have you here lurking, just hanging out.
Reader,
your company is appreciated.
I thought for sure the stars would have eluded you by now. Yet here you are, somehow, upon the nest of Trieste. And you've swelled the ranks of your triumvirate not merely with another, but with 2. One from the Pyre heart, no less. And one who seeks the favor of the adversaries whom you'll imminently face. They are the essence. Winged terrors, as you soon shall see.
Heck yeah.
Can your longing for freedom match their hatred for the vibrant country that was once your home?
From a distance, you observe as Pamitha, now clad in Nightwing's raiments, heads toward your adversaries in the rats. You, what sort of heathen harp would dare take wing against us? Your new companion then loosens the bindings on her map. Hello there, Pamitha. Oh my god. They're twins! She is one of the winged harps of the high-winged remnants now bound in exile. Pamitha's blood sister stares back at her, a while before responding. What in the saint's name are you doing here? With them? 5th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Disciplined or the Blessed Born, the eldest of the Harp Matriarchs, she anointed the Book of Rites and gave its word their power. Doubtless come to dig your talons in my back again. No, sister. I've come to have a word with you. Save it. I cannot help but share your poisoned blood. But I shan't ever count you as my sister. You expect me to believe that you came all this way for talk? You waste your time as ever. What's life if not a waste of time, dear sister? Give me a chance, why don't you? What do you even have to lose anymore? Besides, I've come a long way. Silence! You shan't have come here. And the time for talk is long since past. If only you could see yourself, again consorting with my enemies. Fine then, savor their defeat, or savor their defeat. But I warn you, stay away from me. Pamitha says nothing more as the blood sister turns away again. Pamitha gets your attention. Listen to me, Rita darling. The rest of you are ill-equipped to navigate this place. Let me conduct the rites on your behalf, and my wings will bring you victory. Dear lady, your words ring true. This knight is flattered that you have not eaten him as is the tendency among your kind. This knight hereby volunteers his post in the triumvirate for thee. Sir Gilman refuses to participate in the rites this night so that Pamitha can face her sister. Well, I guess I won't be using him. Pamitha? Pamitha? Tamitha? I don't know, I guess. Probably makes more sense than Pamitha. You observe the treacherous terrain. Pamitha should be better suited to the rites here than the rest of you.
Who shall conduct the rite?
Wow, so it's gonna be her against everyone else. Alright. We can earn more gold. We can't take rookies. We have a 36% chance to have her respawn immediately. What's her respawn? Eight seconds? Yeah, I feel like we should, definitely decrease that. Well, I am very glad to hear that you're alive. There we go, 51%. That's good enough for me.
Pamitha.
It is Pamitha. Why? I thought you'd never ask there, darling. I accept. Hopefully homework's not kicking your butt too much. If the little bird is going to conduct the rites for us, then I shall not. Oh, so I had to choose her, and now I can choose other people. Okay. I feel like Tizo and Ruki. Tizo promises to do his best against Tamitha and the Essence. Gross, Shadow. Gross.
Huh? Oh, yeah, you got it, chum.
Very well.
Come then, sister. Perhaps when we are finished here, you'll spare me a moment of your time. Oh, God. What are you working on right now? I shan't be tricked by you again, Pamitha. How poetic that we meet here on the downside. I can think of nowhere else I would rather see you rot for what you did. To our people and to me. Pamitha seems to sense your presence, and then catches your attention. Hello there, Rita darling. If I'm to be at your mercy in all this, I'd like it very much if you could minimize how often I'm to wallow in a state of banishment. Quickly, let me show you what we sisters of the High-Winged Remnants can do.
Rita, you put yourself amidst a feud between two sisters? That seems entirely unwise. Even for you. Tread lightly around that exile, Pamitha. Her kind's all but forgotten Saint Triesta's grace.
Oh, interesting. See, darling, we harps aren't so bad. Now I suppose we'd better get to work, Technically nothing because just bleh, but ethics programming and history for the Constitution test. Still doing ethics, huh? Is that teacher getting any better? Oh, did it really? I don't remember seeing that. Just don't go underestimating Tamitha over there. She's a vengeful tactician of the High-Winged Remnants who plot the Commonwealth's ruin. I trust you'll do the best you can. To the skies, sisters. Talent formation.
Good. My goodness. The path to glory
come on.
eludes
I blew up
us
on that
all
one.
at times.
Tizo, was it? Tell me something. You know how to fly. Tizo was rather proud of his ability to flutter, as a matter of fact. Then listen up. My blood sister there shall swoop right past if you're careless. But if we Harp simply cannot get much altitude down here. So, if she goes for any unfair tricks, just jump for it and catch her in the act. She always hated when I used to do that to her.
A banishment. Your
How am I supposed to
flames
block
grow
it?
weak.
I was fluttering right next to her. There we go.
A bit of a blunder.
What?
Banished, all of them.
What?
Deliverance.
It was the public speaking teacher. Your ethics teacher is pretty good. There's just a ton of dry reading. Oh. Oh, Lord. There we go.
Rudy doused the adversary's flames.
I'm not getting nearly as
Equally
bad
as
of
close.
lag.
The orb is loose. Remember everything which you hold dear. Your pyre burns brighter for the while. Tizo takes the plunge.
The little watcher. Oh, I just got that achievement.
Was almost cool. Oh. Glory to the scribes.
Ooh, that was a lot of juking. Curse you, Pamitha! You are not true Thane. To think that you have the gall to call me sister still, after everything you wrought upon us? Thane, a feared clan of the High-Wing remnants. Pamitha and Tamitha are its surviving members. I'm glad the speaking teacher is getting better. That is very good to hear. How's programming? I hate to break it to you, Tamitha, but I don't think my actions, however much they hurt you, had any effect on our familial status. Look, I know I wronged you. That's why I'm here. You don't know my side of the story. Your side of the story? I wanted to hear more lies and deceptions. I ought have asked the Commonwealth to stay my sentence for a while. Well, if you've come all this way to face me, Pamitha, then come and do it. You and me. You think that you see Pamitha shake her head. Everyone, stay back.
What is it those two think they're doing? The rights are not the place to settle petty scores, and it is done. Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail. Perhaps they do deserve their freedom,
Whoop, whoop.
after all.
I feel like that was a little bit smoother.
Alright,
I think there was still a little bit of frame
ended.
issues, but I think we might have a decent solution for the time being. Programming is the same as always. You're just really dragging the homework. Oh, you're just really dragging. The homework isn't that bad. You just got to take time. Yeah, programming sounds like it would take a while. Yeah, Tamitha really sucked there. Tamitha was doing downright poo-poo. That's right. Lauren just copied me. You Commonwealth filth. Only through that traitor's help could you have beaten us. I could have done it without her. You postponed the coming of our liberty. But we are ever patient, and our sisters on the other side shall have their day, with or without my aid.
Fuma.
Tamitha, please wait. You've found good company there, Pamitha. May you wither here with them. I hope sincerely we shan't ever meet again. Pamitha stands motionless as her blood sister departs. Tizo is trying to let Pamitha know the others are returning to the wagon.
Vastalantes.
Sure. I don't see why not.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. 'Twould appear that Rookie's not too old to learn new tricks.
Faster, stronger, and a little better looking too? I mean, is there anything I can't handle?
Yeah, let's do explosive temper. That sounds great. Hey,
Imp Tizo
Tam and
appears
Tam,
to have
best
a
friends.
certain depth of knowledge.
the Iphisistus. Tizo just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the riots and as part of the Nightwing. Alright. Ooh, bigger implode. Yeah, let's have him return faster. That's gonna make it much nicer to use. Oh, she's so close.
Until the next right.
After thwarting the Essence and the Rat, you and the others return to your wagon to consider your next move, and how to best integrate Pamitha into the group. The Essence, a triumvirate of winged harps, harboring a deep hatred for the Commonwealth.
Agres temporale.
Don't worry, I won't be staying any longer than it takes. I like my air fresh so I can sleep up on the roof. I trust the rites will cause my path and Tamitha's to cross again before long. You're welcome with us now, Pamitha. Trust is what got us here. Isn't that right, Rookie? But Rookie does not seem to hear the question. He has been rather quiet since first encountering your new guest. Pamitha shoots him one of her smiles. He stammers something about having to check the wagon wheels again. He runs off. During this discussion, the minstrel pulls you aside. Reader, I ask a moment of your time outside. There is something I may ask we go, or somewhere I may ask we go, here in Black Basin, reader. By your leave, of course, and provided that the stars allow it, would you look upon them for us, please? You look toward the heavens. What are wagon wheels? Are they just pretzels? I feel like they're pretzels. Lu, the vernal star. The vernal star burns bright over the densest wood in the Black Basin. The Glade of Lu, wrong voice. The Glade of Lu, directly due west. Then it is just as my client indicated. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The great sap scholar, Lu Scholarian, here vanquished the root type, limbless Arizek. Marshmallow chocolate cake things? I think I know what you're talking about, but I had no idea they were called wagon wheels, and I want them. Marshmallow and chocolate, yes please. This client of yours, our informant, Sandalwood, he entrusted us with this wagon, this quest. Why? What does he want from us? You may ask him yourself. He awaits us, somewhere in the waking wood due west. How do we find him? He shall find us. It seems you are soon to finally meet Sandalwood. At dawn you shall have to cross a single narrow path leading west, where he supposedly awaits. Pamitha's moonshine, kept close at hand in the off chance of a good occasion, or a very bad one. You approach Pamitha. She is an outcast of the winged high-wing remnants of the Commonwealth's hated enemies, who has kept to herself since she joined your small band. You sense she is unaware of you as she preens her flight feathers, but then she speaks up before you can do the same. Come to check up on me, Rita darling. In those first moments when we met, that vote of confidence in me which you relayed to that nice headwind boy, I'm grateful you were willing to see past these wings. One of your kind's ancient enemies just happens to insert herself into your group, and you just go with it. However, I assure you that my motives here are plain, you'll see. I've business with my blood sister Tamitha and nothing more. You briefly met, I think. She's quite the catch. Programming in general is the bane of my existence. Never gave it a good solid chance, and I kinda don't want to. But mad respect for all you guys who can do it. That's impressive. As to the little quibble between us, well, it's a long story all in all. One that's frankly no one's business but hers and mine. Surely we'll run into her again. Maybe not soon, but in time. We have the rest of our long lives to wait. Anyway, happy to aid you in your quest until such time, especially to the extent that it aids me in mine. A simple exchange. Yes, planks are now 1K, and they will keep going up if people abuse it. Until then, stay vigilant, darling. You needn't concern yourself with making small talk with someone like me. And besides, we harps have a saying, lie as a bow. You got soured on Python by a stupid project last semester? What was the project of? She swoops away before you can respond. My emperor lay there, bleeding and alone, stranded in a bit of land beyond the river. With fleeting consciousness, he understood the folly of his quest, and the folly of his rule over his country. Thus did he await the last embrace. It was the Imp Hau that nursed him back to health and warned him often of the dangers he would have to face. Many enemies of Mur would come in search for him, some under employment by the rope collar, some longing openly for cold, uncomplicated vengeance. I was one of them. I plunged into the river willingly. We needed to be sure that he was dead. You took a couple of Python programming classes because you thought it'd be right up your alley. After that, you decided it was not. No, it's definitely not easy. No one's worthy of her time, huh? Alright. Let's take that off. It doesn't say it's just for Pamitha, but I'll give it to her because she's got a very cool ability. Can't really remember, but it was something really stupid related to math that we were given. Part of the code for that made no sense. You have a theory about Tizo? What, that he's the guy in this book? I almost wonder if Sandalwood is, or if that's too on the nose. The lone minstrel cautions that the one path down the cliffs is rather treacherous. The wagon has hit a snag, descending the black crags. Its wheel is stuck, and Jodariel is not pleased. First that blasted little bird, and now this! Though you lack Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this sandalwood be worth all the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing Sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He is very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let's move on. Soon the wagon is prepared to press onward, down the jagged slopes, toward Waken Wood. Your companions who explored ahead advise on which of the forked paths to take. Sir Gilman claims he can dig up something valuable here. Pamitha says she can procure a talisman here. I want the talisman over something valuable, so I'm gonna go glass peak. Having gone the route Pamitha recommended, she directs you toward a peculiar crag, no more conspicuous than any other. They clip our wings before they cast us down, you know. But just the same, we learn to flit around a bit. Just watch. Pamitha swoops up to a nearby peak and disappears behind it. She does not keep you waiting long and returns bearing an item of sorts. For you, reader darling, we high-wing remnants stash away such things for such occasions. Pamitha found the star split. Should come in useful. When preparing to fling the orb, the bearer's charge-up speed increases by 40%. That is pretty nice. Well, it seems the other imps revere him, and even the announcer said something like, no, it couldn't be. Oh, Tizo might be Hau. Yeah, that would make sense. I could see that. Having passed beyond the Black Crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of Waken Wood. It is here that Sandalwood is to be expecting you. However, most puzzling. He ought to have met us here. You said he would find us himself. Aye. He was to find us at the edge of these woods. We supposed to keep waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be our guide, as always. The rites beckon, and the rites take precedence above all else. Surely he shall find us yet. Then let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? Oh, hi Lou. You talking to Fran? Hi Fran. Hi Larry. One of Lauren's famous cookies. God, it's so good. Guys, I would share if I could. Oh, they're chocolate chip and butterscotch. She spoils me, guys. Absolutely spoils me. Oh. Oh, I have absolutely no shame. It is... I've been dieting, and I've been good, and I've been eating well, and keeping under my calorie count. Absolutely no shame. Hey, Sarah. It's going very well. You just missed me eating a delicious chocolate chip and butterscotch cookie. The game's kind of running all right. It's not nearly as bad as it was yesterday, and we are an hour in. I do have to have two. Now you get to see the second cookie.
That one is...
The cookie?
I took the better one.
Oh, they are good. And they're fresh out of the oven, so they're still like warm and gooey. These are perfect. They're still gooey in the middle, which is great. Lauren likes them to still be a little bit doughy in the middle, but too much dough will make me feel a little sick. So she cooked them a little more for me. What I did to fix it, Shadow, was I compiled all the launch commands that they, that the devs recommended, and I put them all in there. Every single one. So I have it launching in 1920 by 1080. I have it, I have the frame limiting off, and I have the V-Sync off. I think is what it is. Excuse me. So sorry, guys. I am fat and happy now. The lone minstrel. Hold on. The lone minstrel notes two possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. So we can go where Sandalwood studied the rites, or we can go where Sandalwood once resided. I'm thinking going where he studied the rites. Oh, chocolate chip and butterscotch are a great combination. Seriously, I wish you guys were here. I would give each of you cookies. Oh. I'm apparently making Lauren blush because I'm bragging about her cookies. Sandalwood is a master in the rites, or used to be at least. Then, well, it is not my place to say. Doubtless he shall tell you in due time. Curly Pop? Hi, Fran. You want a cookie? Fran, come get a cookie. Come over, come get a cookie. Go to his house, rifle through his things, find out all the dirt. Now, if only we could find him. He used to mentor his own companions in the rites not far from here. However, you find no trace of the informant anywhere nearby, and without his guidance you remain quite lost in the woods. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. I'm gonna go to the Underthicket because Tizo. Honestly, I can't not brag about it, and I'm sorry that I'm bragging about it because I'm sure you guys want some, and it's entirely unfair, but I can't not brag about these cookies. The woods are so disoriented at this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later there shall be time to pursue your vocation. What? No blanket? Was it delivered to the mailbox, you think? Who was it through? No, they don't usually have keys. But it could be worth checking.
Instrusantis.
Hey. Oh. Fran can be part of the stream now. I know the feeling, that's why we upgraded internet. Here, let's see if I can... there you go, say something. Yep, you're picking up now. Everyone, this is Fran, Lauren's sister. Oh, it's not picking up now. She said she's studying accounting. Why accounting? She does. Alright, that's fair. She has no idea why she's studying accounting. It's just there. She's not even going into business. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That surly demon, is it? She could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon, Jadariel appears in the heat of the summons. Mail the cookies to Canada. I could. Sarah, are you also taking accounting classes? Someone is commiserating with you, Fran. She just fist pumped a lot and said she's got an exam Monday and hates it. What is the meaning of this, reader? Yeah, Peach Queen there is Lauren's sister, and a friend of the stream. She's both. She's awesome. Fran is a cool bean. What is the meaning of this? Reader, where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears to loosen her mask. Was it in the mailbox?
No.
What? Weird. Oh, you're in statistics without needing to be? Oh, you need to, but it's not your major. I know the feeling. I went for an IT degree, and I had to take statistics. It was either statistics or calculus. Where am I going to be using that? Never! The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You are good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you at the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you are old and slow. Your weaknesses perhaps outweigh your strengths, though I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. Her political science? Yeah, you don't need that at all. It wouldn't let me dodge again. Oh, seriously? Oh, come on. Yes. You know, for a 50% chance, this isn't very good. Oh, are you serious? I didn't realize they could pass it literally across the map. Yeah, I didn't knock anyone back. I just got killed. This is stupid. Tossing it into the pyre would probably be a good idea, but she aims really slowly. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That was her full aim. They can chuck it across the map. There was nothing I could do. Absolutely nothing I could do. She can't throw. She's slow as crap. Such an outcome. No doubt you were crisper in your youth, demon, now grown languid. Well, I have much more time to spare than you. Should you decide to muster more of your past strength, return and prove it. What do you mean power casting? Oh, is it when it blinks? I'll be honest with you, it's really, really difficult to try and cast when the game is lagging a little bit. I tried chucking the ball so that way I didn't have it on me and it wouldn't let me. Are you serious? I don't think anyone has that ability, no. Come on. This is getting ridiculous. I would say Graveyard Keeper is definitely worth buying. I've only played it a little bit, but I really enjoyed a lot of the mechanics in it. It's very much like Stardew Valley, but with like better humor. And it's not all just about a farm. Oh my god. They threw it into my hands. It's similar, but it's definitely different, and it's a very good different. Yeah, it's a farm. You live on a farm every day. I mean, Stardew's got some different stuff, but it's definitely a big focus on the farm itself, whereas Graveyard Keeper, you're focused on a graveyard. You can do a little bit of farming, but it's not the main thing about it, which is nice. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I am never satisfied, Demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Oh. That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? Saliam's horn. Dario casts her aura farther and faster than usual, 15%. I don't know who flings. You could be a lot of fun having you respawn quick. But let's do that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a game similar to Stardew in that there's a lot of stuff you have to do. You've got to collect resources, you've got to sell things, you've got to manage a graveyard, but there is a lot of exploration and story to it as well. And in my opinion, from what little I played of Stardew, it felt like there was more. There were a lot more interesting mechanics, in my opinion, than Stardew. Like, there's a tech tree that you go down, and the way that you collect things was just a lot more interesting than... I think with Stardew, it was just, you gotta use a tool a certain amount, and then you get a skill after you sleep or something. I think I've streamed it a little bit before, but I wanted to try playing through it again. But I think it's like a 60-hour game or something. Perhaps the tall grasses in this area hold some clue about the informant. You find nothing of interest while sifting through the tall brush in the under thicket. It's a dense patch of trees that for centuries have attempted to strangle one another. But then... What is it, Tizo?
Scracky!
Tizo seems to have found a clue to the whereabouts of the lone minstrel's client. The little imp brings you to a strip of bark. Does not seem unusual at first, until you notice a message carved onto the inside. You found a bark strip. It must mean something. Come to Cinderroot.
So, it's some kind of message from the Sandalwood guy?
Seems that way. Which way to Cinderroot? It is due northwest. Perhaps we can set foot early tomorrow. Then when the woods are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Study in private. You want Inscription so bad, but you're also trying to force yourself to work on your backlog of half-finished games. Just remember how much time you're playing for that refund. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot. I was like, wait, Graveyard Keeper has DLC? You guys said that it was just coming out with DLC. Is it Sandalwood Bark? It might be. Despite your growing knowledge of the Book of Rites, you yet struggle to grasp certain aspects of its teachings. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. You concentrate on your knowledge of the 8 scribes and how together they composed the Book of Rites among their many feats. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Celerity. Each rank raises your fellow exiles' quickness, making them move faster. Graveyard Keeper has 6 DLCs? Dang. I'm behind. A hushed clearing south of the Glade of Lou. You have reason to suspect the informant Sandalwood may have come through here. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot, but once again the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companions waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then, something startles the little imp Tizo. Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something, or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges toward him, and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Hail, Tizo. But you look famished. Here. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. Sap, tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. Having allied with them, the Commonwealth achieved in decades what it could not achieve in centuries. Yeah, that's not a bad grab. I'm gonna have to look at the current deals on Steam because I still need to buy Hades. The lone minstrel nods, his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Volfred Sandalwood. He is the lone minstrel's client, Headwind's informant, and the leader of the Nightwings. It has been too long, Volfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tariq. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think that you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. We shall see. He then turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my boy. Though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue with us, of course. Though you are free to go. I must trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say to all of this. Wolfred intends to relieve you of your duties to the group. Insist on staying. You stand your ground, meeting Wolfred's steady gaze, and assert to him that you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have yet been satisfied. Hold on. Wolfred, sir, I'm Hedwin. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here. Thanks to you and also to this reader. Not just a reader. He is our friend. My friend. He's not disposable. We made him a promise and our freedoms are now intertwined. Wolfred smirks at this. Freedom is not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hoped that you'd have come to grasp this much by now. He breathes. It's hard to switch from that to a southern one. He breathes a sigh. It seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, but there is much to do. You have a right you need to get to, do you not? Oh, come along. Thou shalt not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tariq? Hi, Wolfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Wolfred strides toward the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. Wolfred Sandalwood has joined you. He knows much of the rats. Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the Glade of Lou, where the stars directed you. Wolfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. As you approach Wolfred Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, and then... Tariq, if you have a moment. Aye, Wolfred, sir. What is it? This reader, you deem him worthy by your estimation? The lone minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish to know my estimation, Wolfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others, with the others well. I believe that his achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet he and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tariq. And what does little Tizo think of him, I wonder? Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. There you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft spoke by those two, my boy. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us, Tariq. I have matters to discuss. They leave without another word, although you think you noticed the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. Emperor Myrrh. Scarcely could I recognize him when I last found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror in his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I had ever known. My cat was staring at me. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Haoub, proved of little help against the Sisters of the Arch, whose entire lives were culminating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defense.
Are cognitaras. Venta visitame.
Oh, hey, you guys! You know, I guess I didn't get the word out about this new franchise which we opened here just now, so give you a great deal, just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey, there's Mr. Sandalwood.
Good day to you as well, bro. Alright, we're gonna sell the bark strip. And we're gonna buy the dash of stardust. Right light. Once per right, if the bearer's pyre is extinguished, it is restored by 5. Pretty cool. Righteous flame is kind of nice too. They are magical. For slugs, they are quick.
Appreciate you doing business with you guys. Be sure to tell your friends, okay?
You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next ride. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time, but then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu's glory, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Third of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Wise of the Philosopher. He is said to have fathomed every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. I honestly don't know. I'm not sure what all these other chapters are. Oh, but where are my manners, One moment. The sap falls at his mask with his wispy fingers. Much better. H. Manly Tenderstaff at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. He is a sycophant who seems certain he will land a position of high standing once he is free. My fellows and myself, you perhaps known us as the Chastity. We soon shall stand against you in the rights. For now I am just whiling away the time making small talk. The Chastity is a triumvirate bent on exploiting the rights to gain the status of the Commonwealth. Now then, as I have introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then in your mind's eye you see Wolfred and hear his voice. Manly Tenderstaff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourself to him nor me. Well? Beneath her mask, Jodario stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why, now how very rude indeed. Well, fine. Ignore me, but do so at your peril. Anyhow, once the evening's rites commences, any moment now, I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now come along, come along. Manly bows and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to turn. Burn, burn. It is a kind of harpsichord sounding thing, and I too am downright digging it. I love the harpsichord. RuneScape's music is very nostalgic to me because they use the harpsichord so much.
Align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far.
And I absolutely love their music.
But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, oh honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you. I'm afraid I could do little to stop them even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jodario continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent! Then fine, let us begin this dance indeed. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Now we shall get started.
Ooh, who do I want? I really want to try out Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
I feel like Rookie. Oh, those are not very big. Let's just do Tizo. We don't need big ones.
It is done.
Tizo was eager to knock Manly and his goons down a peg or two. Are you quite ready finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Now come along, let's give the stars a show. Good night. Love you too. Good night, Fran. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr. Why, he is every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee the tender soft line shall have a bright, bright future. Manley's sapling, which not only has his name but bears a similar posture and likeness to it. He goes on and on about a sapling for a while. This knight does not know about you, good Rookie, but he is quite finished listening to that sap's idle blather.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Come on, let's get him.
Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen, The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, Breeder. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself. The Nightwings make their march upon the flame.
He might have just made a cutting of himself. Oh, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved instead for you. Sorry, Manly.
Gosh darn it.
Yes, the Worm Knight somehow did it.
Oh dear, the woods are closing in, and uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you just stand aside a while, we could put an end to this that much sooner.
How sad for Manly.
Ah! Ah, so
You'll
close.
have to do better than that. Righteous fire!
That worm is fast. Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the 100 Minds himself resents you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. So cease with all your scurrying about in that darned orb. Let me handle this.
Manly banished.
I curved into it on accident. Ah!
I almost pity what transpired there.
There we go.
Their flame has died a little.
All right, you Nightwings. I've had it up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all of these encroaching plants. These miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. Oh, that was Rookie. I'm dumb.
I said, man. Rather cunning.
That lag got me. What? What? Why was I on the outside like that? That doesn't make any sense.
Be gone.
Oh my god.
Someone there rose to the occasion.
Go in. Thank you. Thank
Barely.
you. Swinging right by it. Going too fast.
The rite is nearly ended. Manly's out of luck for now. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail again. Their adversaries prove no match for them.
That was a decent comp.
The ceremony is complete.
Yeah, that's how we do it, people.
Tizo's fired up at having prevailed against Manly in the chastity. Well, my. Oh, worry not, oh Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, 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 very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going on here between us. You scratch my back and I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decide to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. Desperate for honor.
One awkward thing with that was that your opponent's auras were really big. Yeah. They were really big, and then the other thing was, because all my guys were really small, I was having a hard time determining who I was playing as. But otherwise I could get by them just fine. Huzzah! Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness. Alright, what are we doing with you? If Sir Gilman and all his allies are banished, he shall instantly return. That's nice. While Sir Gilman's allies are banished, he moves faster than usual and temporarily has unlimited stamina. Once per round, when saluting his adversary, Sir Gilman freezes all exiles for 3 seconds. For 10 seconds after banishing an adversary, Sir Gilman deals an additional 10 fire to an adversary's pyre. That's nice. After Sir Gilman banishes an adversary, one of his banished allies return instantly. After using his slash, Sir Gilman can use it to instantly return to his previous position. Sir Gilman's slash banishes adversaries in a wider area of effect. After using his slash, Sir Gilman instantly recovers all his stamina. I like this one.
The might
That lets me
of the
keep up the
sea
speed.
sojourner. And until the
That
stars
was well done, my
align.
boy. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. I keep getting this pop-up on OBS telling me to use a different encoding setting. So I wonder if I need to change something. I don't get why it's popping up. After triumphing over the chastity almost effortlessly, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader there consult the stars. See where they will take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Did this knight hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. That plan Wolfred mentioned. I just want you to know, I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Wolfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave it to you. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. Once more, you look toward the heavens. Solium, the golden star. The golden star shines bright over the highest mountain and all the downside. So, now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Alodil at the very top of the fall of Solium. Mount Alodil is the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence at the fall of Solium. The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirm the stars indicated this exactly. Wolfred, sir, how did you know? Wolfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts, as though he is directing them at you.
I, too, can read, my boy. Forbidden though the words may be.
He turns back to Hedwig. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let him do the job. I see that you have something special going on here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. And for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. It's not Russian. It's more Germany-French. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Besides, when he speaks the language that he's speaking, not English, it sounds like it would come with an accent.
Maritio compra? Tempra agitensa.
At dawn, Wolfred is already up. He reveals to you that a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north beyond which lies your next destination. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Wolfred revealed this to be the one path through the woods to the north. Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to have an actual voice, so that kind of threw me for a loop. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in the lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodil. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not possible, or not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. Oh, look, it's Canada. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to me? Living without fear? Freedom means being able to make decisions on your own terms. Having no master. I feel fear. You tell Wolfred that freedom means living without fear, and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my boy. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time. A deeply rooted impulse there to aid your judgment, and spur us on to acts of courage. If not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life. And, just now, we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He then returns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. What do you mean? I'm living without fear, not living without a master. Freedom means to live without fear, just as your readers stated. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others without the consent, or without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks outward toward the distant mountain. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more, and you would be exalted there, given the highest honor. The opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are still out there, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, according to what Wolfred just said, if we get back there, then we're granted the highest honors. So I wonder if it's like all debts forgiven sort of thing and they'll let me do my thing. I don't know. The plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. The Spiral Sanctum, the burned down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be part of it, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live your own remaining days here like so many others. So, if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Wolfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom, you will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourself and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Volfred turns toward the mountain, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northward path. Is that a Braveheart reference, Shadow? Sounds like it is. Beyond lies Mount Aladil. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. There you are, my boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you, in private. Volfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... Oh, why is he not speaking in English to me now? You do know what it means to be a reader? Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent? Nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see, as well now, that they haven't told you yet. Your friends. That explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no one reason they would know themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Volfred breaks free of you, and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. Does quitting the game and restarting it help with that, Shadow? It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you're getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? You understand the words of warning, yet just the same you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom yourself. I admire that, my boy. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into the Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then, we'll have lots more time to chat, as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then, he strides out of the wagon, leaving you with your thoughts. Alright, let's try reloading it.
Urumkata Marias. Shamtaje Amitas. Narumkare Saste.
We'll just skip all that. And alone with my thoughts. Down the river. Oh, I guess I had missed a page, but read it out of order or something. Weird. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We are on our way back, one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together, yes, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Aladil, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim that chapter of the book. It is said that the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe's Gate. Judgment of the scribes determine who can cross, and who is sent the fast way down. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Salayim, and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. The Tempers are a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings, led by the demon Ignarius. He is the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the rites. Might be the game lag thing then. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, there somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever? And freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then, that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Volfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent to Mount Aladil. You find a quiet corner near the Black Wagon's grounds to delve into the secrets of the Book of Rites. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Get that quickness up. The 8 scribes who compose the book, their influence and their experience spreads through the pages into the willing reader's deepest consciousness. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. You gain celerity. I'm enjoying the story. I'm very curious to know what more there is to it, because I feel like essentially I have to play the game through multiple times to get everyone out there to get the good ending. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Volfred states that your ascent to Mount Aladil shall begin here. Here before you lies Mount Aladil, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round again before Volfred, who stands as tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Question. Why us? Why you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the rights. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped the place via the rights. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help. And he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head begins to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. This is important. Your fellow exile's freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider every word. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jodario raises her voice again.
Hold! You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite?
On a blooded moon at the fall of Salayim, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the Shimmer Pool and return in glory.
Ah, I see.
Well, but that is simple, really. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say. Because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers. Oh, okay, that's Lindell. The withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites. You see, the others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on.
Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up?
Then, you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries.
Victory means nothing in a common right, then? Participation is all that matters?
Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. Ah, we took the robes of the scribes themselves. Which makes sense, because we're kind of gathering like one of every kind of race sort of thing. What's this game about? Honestly, I don't know. Throwing balls into pyres. And apparently scribes. 8 scribes. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But, these were technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day, you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Ascent? Or Emperor's Fall? I'm gonna go with Emperor's Ascent. I feel like we need the blessings. What do you guys think? Get a blessing or get a trinket? I am now out of water. Purgatory Rugby to regain your freedom while now secretly gathering a group to overthrow the government. Yeah, that's a very concise way to put it. When starting off, all you knew is that people were exiled to a land, and the only way to get out of it was by performing these rites from a book that only you could read because you happened to learn how to read, which was the reason you were exiled in the first place. And as time has gone on, you have now discovered that only one person may gain their freedom at a time, and apparently the Nightwings were the ones to judge the rest of the triumvirates. Emperor's Ascent, 2 for the Ascent. I think we're going to the Ascent, boys. Those wagon wheels do look good, Shadow. Alright, let's go to the Ascent. The sublime beauty of Mount Aladil, along with the thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. However, Faye has been positively bursting with excitement.
Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you?
Tiso seems not to share Faye's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold.
You've been here before, Tiso, isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless maybe I got too cold. Or hungry. Wait, is that?
Something about her changes then.
Wait, look, but Tiso, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there?
Tiso seems to be exclaiming something in utter disbelief. You yourself see nothing, but Faye rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished.
Was that the scribes? It was. I know it was. They said something to me. They spoke to me. They told us we are welcome, that we're welcome here.
Faye runs off to spread the word among your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious, and in spite of everything, your spirits rise. Kind of messed up that the judges take part. I mean, yes. But they want to be free too. Alright, so do we go to the Temple High Road to see the view that Hedwyn wants? Or the Temple Cistern because Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters? Excuse me. We got one for the Cistern. You feel like that was only the original Nightwings, though? Well, he said that since the Nightwings disbanded, no one has gained their freedom because the Nightwings, the group, the Nightwings, has to be the judge. The high road is just a scenic route for Hedwyn. We got one for the cistern, two for the cistern. All right, cistern it is. More Nightworm! I kind of forget his voice. At long last! The worm surges toward the waters of the cistern. You decide to join him for a brief excursion there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night! He thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress on his scales. He sighs, splashing about from time to time. Then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind. To take with you this wayward knight, he swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. He knows that soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice, is that not so? This night, he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now, listen, please, upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There is much atoning to be done. So, when rises the occasion to decide who ought to go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight that simple dignity. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. Consider his wish. Lauren didn't shut the bedroom door, and I'm sure she's trying to sleep, so I'm gonna shut it all the way. For the one member with the smallest aura, the goodest member, he wants to stay and help. He is. I love him. He is a good, honorable, chivalrous knight. We won't make him go first. I'm thinking either Jodariel or Hedwyn to go first. You and your companions gather at the Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more, and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come now. Everyone, be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together how much we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead on, Tariq.
Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq?
Shalom Tessa.
It is. Greetings, Celeste.
Salutium, Ceres.
Celeste, the gate guardian. She watches over Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel and the rites. Yeah, I'm thinking Jodariel, just because she seems to hate it here and she wants to be redeemed.
And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work is piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate. Aye? Then, let us make this quick.
She gestures toward the rest of you.
Now, each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without question. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Headwind the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next.
I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here. I guess, with my chums preferably. Go see Mama back home.
I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know why, as yet, what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Faye, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who?
Squeak!
Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion, at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at some point.
Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here.
Then, as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice.
You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why.
I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim, now.
I see. Then state why you are here as the others have.
My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is one left to go. State who you are to traverse the Scribe's Gate. You are just a crippled scholar. When they learned you knew the old ways, they came for you, and you could not run far. You are just an old farmhand. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside nonetheless. You're just a war orphan. Years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants afflicted you since birth. You do not know who you are. Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like back in the Commonwealth. I thought you didn't make it this far, Shadow. Or was it just really, really difficult after those last people? Yeah, you picked Cripple Scholar for reasons? I'm thinking about just going with I don't know who I am. Oh, well, that's alright. It's not save scumming if it's the only way that you're able to beat the game. You cannot fathom for the life of you, or you cannot for the life of you recall the time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget this place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. State also what you truly seek to traverse the Scribe's Gate. You wish to return to the Commonwealth and to live out your days there doing as you please. You wish to do whatever it takes to see your fellow exiles regain their freedom. The Commonwealth, which cast you down to the downside, cannot be forgiven. All you expect is that the outcome of this whole ordeal is going to be interesting. I'm here to help my friends. The companions you have met here, who have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside. Your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by.
The 8 scribes bid the Night Wings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq, I, Celeste, be on your way as well.
The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. The last one is truly the "I got dragged here" response. It is, but I've grown fond of them. From the top of Mount Aladil, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim.
Hey guys, just so you're all aware, I know how come you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, all right. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're gonna get a lot of value there, an awful lot.
Scribe stuff. Oh, that's nice. I don't wish to unlearn any masteries, but I will purchase all of these. Alright, Capcom, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you've been enjoying all my crazy voices. Good luck on the rest of your homework. You have a wonderful day tomorrow. And we'll see you on the next adventure, yeah? Losing a match doesn't prevent you from beating the game, it just changes events and their order. Interesting. Have a good night, Capcom. Take care of yourself.
Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys.
Ugh. I had to sneeze. She seems to have something on her mind. Jadariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready.
Any sign of Ruki? Not yet. None as yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is.
They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom.
Hey, what did I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet?
You remember hearing something about how they had to write for all of the hundreds, if not thousands, of ways the game could go depending on the paths you pick and the matches you win or lose? That sounds like hell. Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet.
How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail?
Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed. There, for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon?
By dawn, in fact, if all goes well.
If all goes well. That's one way to look at it, I guess.
What are you getting at, Greentail?
Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. One of us gets out, that's been bugging me for a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once.
He shoots a look at you.
Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all.
Hedwyn's. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other. Each of us, the four of us, we're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too.
What? You think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something?
I don't know what it's gonna take. I just know we have to try. Dariel turns to you.
Reader, we shall find a way.
She nods to reassure you, to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn toward the door. The fall of Salayam waits, a vital step in your quest for freedom. Yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your 3 companions each gain +1 hope for the liberation rite. The Imp Haub and I, we helped save my Emperor, and when the danger did subside, my Emperor Salayam Mur, he said something which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Galathian, so that I may have yet mine. You, too, now are an exile of the downside, and all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Oh, I bet you I get more of those as I do the next few instances.
Shall gladly oblige, my reader. Who is to be the lucky one this time?
Oh. Tizo. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo.
I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth.
Tizo soon appears in the heat of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. So they have to reach a certain enlightenment. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask.
Listen well, imp. You answer to me here.
Tizo indicates his understanding is prepared to begin Sandra's trial.
You know the formalities, of course. Show me then what you have learned this far about the rites. Here in this trial it shall be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how you fare.
Yeah, this lag might not let it happen. Nope. Oh. Ah. What was that? How are they so nimble? Look at that. That is ridiculous. They grab it and leap like halfway across the map to me. Yeah, I can't do this with the lag. Tizo was frustrated at having failed Sandra's challenge.
Come on now, imp. It wouldn't be easy for the likes of you. I would tell you not to waste any more of my time, but then my time is there for you to waste, so try again, now, or whenever you choose.
Hey, Pixel. Have a good night, Pixel. Yeah, I don't know how the last one's gonna go. This last fight to get someone out. I think because you had played Jodie in almost every match and focused some on individual training during vocations, she was almost maxed out when you got here, which was another reason why it hurt so bad to choose her. Oh, I see. Oh, you're not sleeping? Well, you said goodbye. I just, you know, figured good night. See you later. Is everyone prepared, Hedwin? Maybe end here for the night? Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, so that way I can at least do the ending on good loading. Let's do that. We'll just end it here for the night, call it quits, and chances are Friday... Do I have plans Friday? I can't remember if I'm doing something else Friday, if it's a multiplayer game or not. I don't think I am. I think I should be able to beat Pyre. Because I think I'm only going to do the one run through it, with the way that the game's behaving. But yeah, after Pyre, we'll do Psychonauts. I'm going to open up Steam right now to buy Hades. So... thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with me. I do really appreciate it. Oh, God, I know, Braz. It is such a shame. If this game were not lagging like it is, I would play through it a couple more times at least, if not, you know, the full 8 or whatever. I may just have to look up what happens at the end of it after I beat it. But... you're right, it's not really finishing it, but there's no way that I'm going to try and play through the game 8 more times. So, that's just the unfortunate reality of the situation. Regardless, though, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to beating it, hopefully with the game running well. And maybe I will reach out to the devs and be like, hey, can you make sure that there's some update for 3080s that the game runs well? But we'll see. So, until then, you guys have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. Stay hydrated. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Take care. We're gonna finish Pyre next stream and then start Psychonauts. We're not gonna do 100% completion on it because it's not running well. So anyway, good night.